So we are happy about the progress that is going on in the dairy sector. We see a lot of potential. Kenya aims to become the largest dairy producer in the African continent. I don't know whether you know this, but in terms of per capita consumption of milk, the per capita consumption of Kenya is about 102 liters, which is almost double any other African country. So Kenya consumes a lot of milk, and we hope that in future we'll also produce the largest amount of milk. The dairy sector is also now beginning to export, not just meat, not just generally the livestock sector. When I say dairy, I mean the livestock sector. We are exporting meat, we are exporting goats, we are now exporting milk powder, out of the country. And therefore, we want also to warn those illegal importers of milk powder into the country, that we have noticed what they are doing and we would like them to stop. Everything that is consumed by a human being must be vetted and verified. And that is why we also stopped the concept of hawking of milk, because we started getting problems. Mothers started complaining about children who are getting diarrhea. People started getting sick because we don't know. And therefore, the milk industry has got to be properly regulated. And the regulations have been published. It is interesting. We are inviting stakeholders to also be part of the stakeholder involvement. And they should give their views regarding the regulations, so that by the time we are done with all those things, the sector will be a healthy one and a profitable one. No. You cannot meet the demand for those things. Even if you added another 30, even forget about this one, even if you added another 30, the market is still there, for all of them. Because don't forget, you're not just talking about the Kenyan market. You're talking about the regional market, you're talking about the African market, you're talking about the Middle East market. Even the African market is so big that we haven't even touched it at all. So in terms of production, we are nowhere near satisfying our markets. And therefore, the more we have, the merrier, and the more jobs that we are creating. Yes, it is true that the cost of animal feeds has been relatively high, and we are looking at this from two aspects of it. The first one is obviously to make sure that within the framework of taxation and budgetary regimes, we make sure that there is no taxation on animal feeds. And the second one is increased production of the same. Because we need, and that's why we are talking about land commercialization initiatives, where we can grow yellow maize and other animal products cheaply. And the third one, of course, is to make sure that it is not just a question of the quantity. There is also the issue of quality. And that's why this college is also participating in ensuring that people can actually mix these feeds, domestic mixing of feeds that have got the necessary protein levels. Because the biggest thing to teach our farmers is what is the protein level of the feeds that we are giving. Even you, if you look at the cost of food that you eat, it is not 10% of your input when you think about it. So we want to bring it down to as low as possible. But of course, we don't have a number. I can't tell you that this number. If we can reduce it by 30%, over the next couple of years, that would be fantastic. And as I said in other interviews, we are spending about 500 billion shillings a year just to import foodstuffs. It is not necessary. So what we want to do is increase the production of wheat, increase the production of rice, so that we can save on our foreign exchange. And what impact that would have. If you can bring down that amount to half of it, then you can see the impact that it has on the exchange rate and on stability of the shilling. Yeah, the import bill, first of all, the import bill does not have a very large, the dairy sector does not have a very large import bill. Because as you know, we are net exporters actually. We have got milk, we have got milk that can meet our demand, or just about meet our demand. The idea of milk is actually to become an exporter. However, we are net importers of food, but our biggest problem in terms of food is rice, and we only do about 20% of it, and wheat. which we only do about 10% of.
Between 2023 and 2025, the sector has experienced remarkable transformation. Nakuru now boasts over 470,000 dairy cattle producing milk worth more than 14 billion Kenya shillings annually. This progress is the result of deliberate investments and strong partnerships. The Directorate of Livestock Production has played a key role through the programs enhancing production, productivity, and value addition. Improved cooperative management ensures farmers receive fair returns and stable. Equally, transformative has been the expansion of milk bulking and cooling capacity. The installation of milk coolers has greatly improved milk quality, reduced post-harvest losses, and enhanced value chain linkages. Farmers now have stronger bargaining power and can deliver milk to market in optimal condition.
Currently, we have active members of 2,800, supplying an average of 6.4 liters per day. In these 3 centers, we have coolers that were given by the processor. We have 2 coolers of 5,000 each. We have had challenges, especially during peak season, where we collect up to 20,000 liters per day. So, and the capacity we have is 15,000. Also planning to do value addition. If the government gives us these coolers, then we'll be free as a corporate society to do value addition for produce and make sure our farmers enjoy at least a better price. Because currently the price that we are paying our farmers is very low, 42 shillings. So we intend to do value addition so that maybe we can pay our farmers at least 55 shillings per kilo. During peak seasons, we normally collect up to 20,000 liters per day. But currently we are collecting about 18,000. So, but we are trying again to educate our farmers on fodder production and storage, so that we can close the gap, so that we cannot have these 2 seasons, the peak season and low season. Yeah.
Kwa hivyo hii ni usaidizi kubwa sana kwa wakulima wetu, na hii itamotivate wakulima wetu waweze kufuga ng'ombe na kulisha kwa njia mzuri, na itatuwezesha vile vile tuweze kupata bei mzuri, kwa sababu bila kuweka maziwa kwa njia mzuri bei huwa chini.